The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Parliament, opened its 2026 first ordinary session in Abuja, Nigeria, with regional leaders issuing stark warnings on democratic backsliding amid surging security and economic threats. Speaker Memounatou Ibrahima reaffirmed democracy as the bloc's cornerstone, urging a return to constitutional rule in Guinea-Bissau and condemning Mali attacks. She highlighted terrorism, piracy, cross-border crimes, climate change, and soaring food energy costs, calling for dialogue and cooperation ahead of Lomé Vision 2050 summit.
Looking at the rise of tensions, no region is safe. The message has to be clear. Peace has to be constructed through dialogue, cooperation, and mutual respect. The ECOWAS Parliament has to echo this urgency before its member states and partners. And it's also in this context that ECOWAS has, in the same spirit, that ECOWAS has initiated a looking forward reflection on its future. The forthcoming ECOWAS summit on the future to be held on 21st May in Lomé, and will aim to accelerate the implementation of the Vision 2050 and reposition our regional integration agenda in light of its emerging realities and adapted to new reality. In this regards, the ECOWAS Parliament has a pivotal role to play as the embodiment of popular legitimacy and democratic oversight. We must contribute meaningfully to shaping the future of our integration process. That is why our deliberations should and must produce looking forward resolutions and well-informed opinions commensurate with the current challenges.
Nigeria's House of Representatives Speaker Tajudeen Abbas warned that failing to deliver security, economic stability, and good governance could collapse regional democracy. He cited falling voter turnout and coup risk, pushing for stronger ECOWAS Parliament powers like legislative authority and direct elections.
Evidence across the region continues to show that citizens reject military rule. The issue is whether democratic systems are delivering sufficiently to sustain that preference. This places a premium on performance. Electoral legitimacy must be marked by governance outcomes. Security, economic stability, and fairness in public administration are no longer aspirational goals. They are the basis on which citizens evaluate the state's credibility. Where these are absent, the space for disruption expands. Within this context, the role of ECOWAS Parliament becomes increasingly important. It must function not only as a deliberative body, but as a platform for aligning democratic practice with the expectations of citizens across member states. A more empowered parliament would enhance accountability within the community, deepen citizen representation at the regional level, and provide a stronger democratic anchor in times of stress. National parliaments are central to this effort. They are the institution through which laws are made, executive action is scrutinized, and public resources are allocated. Their effectiveness determines, in practical terms, how citizens experience governance. Where parliaments are active and responsive, democratic systems are strengthened. Where they are passive, institutional balance is weakened.
Gambia's National Assembly Speaker Faba Krejata echoed the urgency, demanding action against Sahel terrorism and deeper economic ties through the African Continental Free Trade Area. He advocated removing trade barriers, harmonizing regulations, and direct suffrage to boost legitimacy.
We convene at a time of profound consequence for our region. Across the Sahel, the persistent threat of terrorism and violent extremism continues to test not only the capacity of our states, but the resilience of our collective will. Entire communities are being displaced, livelihoods disrupted, and generations of young people are growing up in conditions of uncertainty. This is not a crisis confined to geography. It is a shared regional challenge that demands a unified, strategic, and sustained response. Simultaneously, we are witnessing shifts within our democratic landscape that call for a sober reflection. The strains on constitutional order in parts of our community and the signals of disengagement from regional commitments pose a direct threat and challenge to our cohesion and credibility of the ECOWAS project. We must confront these developments with clarity and courage. Regional integration cannot be sustained by treaties alone. It must be underpinned by trust, dialogue, and a collective commitment to shared values.
This session will review community laws, advanced AI adoption, tax harmonization, women's empowerment, digital skills, and street children initiatives, positioning the Parliament as a force for accountability and West African unity. Current television news.